Hey guys, so I'm finally posting this video and it is going to be unedited, untouched, no extra silliness, no super goofiness, no, touching up and stuff like that. I've had a very emotional last going on 2 weeks. It's just been really, really hard on me. My mood has been off. I've just been really affected by certain things that are resurfacing, that are affecting me, and I'm just wanting to move from it. And it's really just getting under my skin because it feels like no matter how many steps that I take to move from it and do better, it just seems like it's always something or someone that I have to deal with. I'm going through a lot of issues just in personal relationships where people don't respect me or value me. And it's like the small value, like they don't ever ask my opinion. It's all about them. I'm always picked last when I've always put them first. No apologies for nothing. And I'm really tired of it, and it's wearing me down because I'm at a time in my life where I need supportive people around and people who uplift me and people who really care, about sometimes the things that I need. And a lot of people, like, I've always been the listener, not the talker, or like I've always given the advice and taken it to heed and really, I really empathized. I've felt what people felt and I put myself in their shoes, and no one's ever really done that for me. And I've had a really hard road up until this point, and still a hard road, I'm sure, ahead of me. But there's only so much people can take before they break. And it's just hitting me really hard. And it's so heavy on my soul and my chest right now. And I'm just trying so hard to come up out of, so many things I doubted in myself because of people like this, And I'm trying, and like I do not have good boundaries with people who disrespect me, family or not, with leaving that relationship in the past because I think that I owe that to them. And what I mean by like I think I owe it to them is like I know what it feels like to be abandoned when I need help or I need somebody to be there for me, or like I don't know how to act or what to say, and I just need help, because like I was abandoned during those times. So like I don't like to leave things or abandon people, even if they are super horrible, because like I know like people don't turn bad for nothing. Like something happened, and like that's why I started really working on myself. And it's been a project over the last couple years because I don't ever want to turn into that person. And at points in my life, I was that person. I was a evil person. I was a hurt person hurting people. And that's why unintentionally I didn't know it. I thought that was the way to behave because I was shown that was the way to behave by multiple people. Peers and things. So yeah, that's why I don't like leaving people behind. But it's something I have to work on because it's my time to put me first. But it's easier said than done. And I just it's a hard line because, I just don't know. Like my Christian side of me says, you forgive others so many times. But then also, God doesn't want you surrounded by people like that. He doesn't want you around people who literally just aren't, like just not a good influence, because they should respect you just as much as you respect them. And I'm not going to let nobody talk crazy to me. And maybe that's because I'm human and imperfect and flawed and I still sin. But you're not going to talk crazy to me or make me feel invalidated or like I'm not important anymore. And I've always just been put on the back burner with everybody, including myself. I put myself on the back burner. And I'm not willing to do that or make myself suffer anymore. And just be in complete turmoil because my mind does that to me enough, without any more me doing to myself what other people do to me, with invalidating and just not feeling it through and not taking time to feel that and own that and work through that with, it just sucks because people are never going to fully understand, but it just always seems like everybody else understands everybody else. It's always just me who gets looked at like I'm crazy or boo-hoo, get over it. Like, it's Shelby, boo-hoo, get over it, blah, 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 blah. Because everybody used me as the emotional, relief doll when I was a kid. And still now. It's just really weighing on me. I'm very overwhelmed with school and Mercury and getting his birthday together and just the relationships like I've mentioned and things that I'm trying to get in order so my life can function accordingly. Because now that I've lived my life, I feel like I've made it to a spot where I know what I need to do. I know how to start it. But when am I going to start it? And it's just like my YouTube. Like, I had to jump into it. Even though I'll have these times, I'm sure, when I start where I don't have an editor. And so it's overwhelming and I don't post. But the important thing is that I come back to post. I still do it. I jumped into it, so I'm going to do it. And that's just how I'm going to have to do it with getting everything else in order in my life. Which it's kind of there, but it just needs to be more structured. And I have personal goals that I want to meet, and I want to be structured. And people would freak out hearing that from me because I was definitely not a child or a person people thought wanted to be structured. And I honestly think that that's really what I wanted. Like, I thought when I was a kid, like, I wanted freedom. I didn't want to have to listen to nobody. I needed structure. I needed structure that fit me, benefited me, and really helped me grow as a young woman. And I didn't get that. And I'm really wanting that. I'm craving that. It's necessary for me now. And it sometimes is a lot harder for me to get that, and I just struggle with a multitude of things, as do other people. But I'm not living other people's life. I'm living my life. And from where I'm sitting at, babe, it's not the greatest. I'm sure it's not the worst, but it's not the greatest. And I get to complain and I get to be upset about it. And I get to express my feelings about it. And I get to feel that sorrow and I get to grieve. A lot of the times, I don't think I was ever allowed to grieve or feel my emotions. It was just shut down. And I think that's what I'm doing now, is my younger self is grieving that she really has to let go of this stuff that has just held me back. And that's so hard to let go because you don't ever want to let that stuff go because how dare people, Like, I was there for you. I loved you. I seen you for you. There were no stipulations. There was nothing until you did what you did. Until you did what you did. And then you want to treat me like the bad person. And you want me to let it go. And you want me to act like it's not a big deal. Okay. And I also think a big part of it too, which is probably the greater reasoning, is that it's scared to transition from things that you're unfamiliar with, especially when it's something that you've known your whole life and that's how you function. And I'm completely I've done the groundwork. I've done the root work. You know, I know that it's not going to be 100% flawless, and there's going to be some mistakes or things that, you know, I get tripped up on or have to restart again. But it's just now being able to make that jump. Like, that I have the ability to make that jump. I have the responsibility. And it's just scary on if I'm going to make it. And what if I fail? And what if I revert back to, you know, all the way from the beginning, from where I've came and what I've experienced. And it's terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying, because what if I fail myself? Not if I fail everybody else, but like, what if I fail myself due to I did a new thing? It's hard to say okay. It's hard for me to say okay, because the things that I've went to have really impacted me. They've changed the course of my life a multitude of times. And for a young girl to experience stuff like that, and coming up in your younger womanhood years and being a young woman and just kind of being thrown to the sharks, already coming from the cave, it was just bizarre. And it hurt me, and by me being hurt, I've hurt other people. Hurt people, babes. They do. And I worked on that. I'm working on that, because there are still times where, Lord have mercy, sorry, my foot fell asleep. There are still times where I am not my best person. I am not the highest person that I can be. And that's not great either. And that's why I actively work on it. It just seems like so many people around me are not working on it. Because if I know how hard it is for me to put in the effort to grow the amount that I did, and you all are always bragging about how talented you all are, how easy stuff comes for you or anything like that, and you are sitting here and I'm telling you, hey, like, can we work on this? And you're just paying it no mind, nothing changes. Like, I know you don't respect me. I know you don't respect me. So why should I respect you any further? And when I do break it off, or when I do say, I'm putting up a boundary, why does it have to be nice? I don't, like, dude, I get it from the Christian standpoint, whatever, kumbaya. But why does it have to be nice? It doesn't have to be vengeful. It doesn't have to be harmful. But you did what you did. And you need to know how I look at you through my eyes. And the signals and the signs that go through my body. And how my body feels and reacts to you. And how my soul and my head reacts to you. Even my emotions. You know, and stuff we can't control. Like, I'm so upset. I'm like so hurt. I'm so hurt. My inner child is really hurt. Because I've just never gotten I'm sorry, for real. I've never gotten that. And if I brought something up, it was always a reverse tactic, gaslighting. Oh, that never happened like that. Nothing. And I should not have went through things that I went through. I should not have went through the things that I have went through. In my point of view, I know God has a greater plan. Yeah. But the devil also has a plan, and he really worked on me and people who were in my life. He really did a number. And I'm just tired. I'm really tired. And I'm angry. And it's okay to be angry. I don't know why people act like it's a bad thing to be angry. I'm angry. People always want to change it to frustrated or sad. I'm all of those things. And angry, I'm furious. I am furious. I'm furious. I mean, people have lied on me. They have embarrassed me. People have abandoned me. When all I ever needed was their support. All I ever needed was them. Them. That's it. And it was so very clear that I was a girl and a young woman who just needed support, needed a hand, needed somebody who understood and heard. It was not always trying to compete or break her down into submission or did something wrong against me because I did stuff my own way. Nobody ever tried to understand me. And I'm not going into detail, but when I'm telling you, I just don't get it. And I'm having a really hard time these past couple weeks. I don't know what triggered it. I don't know if it's just all the stress that I'm under and it's coming out, or if it's just, I don't know. I could honestly, most of the times I could tell you, but I can't tell you. This is like a new level of grief and sorrow that I'm dealing with what I've lived through. You know? Like, this is a new level. And I'm turning over all these new leaves and I have exciting things coming. And maybe that's what it is. God is making me feel this so I can let it go and have my season. But it sucks. Like, this really hurts. And nobody understands. And I'm lonely. I've asked people, hey, can I talk to you? Or I've talked to them or went to talk about it and I got shut down, or I'm invalid. Or they're just not there. They're not coherent. They don't listen to me like I listen to them. And it's really overwhelming. It's really overwhelming. And sometimes I'm going to be late on things. And especially when I'm in school, my school comes first. And my son comes first. My son comes probably the first of first. But priority speaking on, you know, things that I'm working on, not things that I physically created in my body. But that is of utmost importance. And YouTube is very important to me too, don't get me wrong. I've always dreamed of, you know, I don't know, being a little star and whatnot. But I just have to do it in my own time. And I'm hoping that this channel attracts the right crowd. And you all come with me. And if you're on your own growth journey and you're just starting, or you don't know where to start, or you just need someone to talk to, like, I completely understand, and I'm here. And my goal is to be pretty transparent, which is a scary thing for me. Because anytime I've ever been transparent, it got thrown back in my face or manipulated into some BS. But I'm just going into my new season and I feel it. And no one ever said it was going to be easy. It's not promised to be easy. And yeah, So you all were going to get 2 videos this week. I think you all are still going to get 2 videos this week. I just wanted to make this video so I have something up. Because I'm sure people are like, where is she? What is this girl doing? Like, oh my God. Like, girl, where are you? But I will post another video probably later on this week, if not back to back on Sunday. I promise I will post another video on Sunday. But yeah, that's basically what it is. And on the next video, I'll just kind of catch you all up on other things I've been working on this week in between my mental breakdowns and studies. And that's what it is. So that's the truth, yo. That's the truth. And I hope you all, honestly, I don't hope you all find common ground. But if you do, I see you. And it's going to get better. You just got to grieve. You got to grieve. You got to grieve.